One of the things I realized that when someone is stuck in a particular timeline, or let's say stuck in a rut, it feels as though you're in quicksand, or as though you have some sort of glue on your foot, and even though you try to pull it up, you could see the glue being stretched out, but somehow you can't snap out from that place. There's a couple of things we could say: God help me and rescue me, which He can. And sometimes He may do that, but sometimes the rescue doesn't look like what we expect or what we projected. It may come in a different way. Or we can muster up the willpower and make a choice. Now that is a difficult part. One of it with God's rescue, you may have to wait a while for that to happen, because there is not because God can do it right away. He can do it right away because there are different things we may be learning in that place, or when we decide as a matured son that we want to get out of that place, we could choose to make a choice. That's the difficult part, because that means you have the choice doesn't only affect you, it affects others, it affects a lot of things in your life. And I'm not saying this lightly, because there may be situations where you just can't change, because there may be financial things that if you constraints that if you make this change, this is what you will lose, or these are the repercussions. When you make a choice, it may affect other people negatively. So there's a lot of nuances to these choices. But what I'm saying, you could make a choice in increments. You could make a choice in increments, and this choice could be moment by moment, hour by hour, day by day, because if we don't, we will remain where we are. And as we had a conversation today, it's not just about not growing or maturing or what you expect to happen in your life. It's about keeping your eyes on the one. So Scripture says that we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. And that is why we hold Him for strength. Now you may say there are people who were not even walking with Him and they could do certain things. I guarantee you, the scripture said that His goodness is for all. His goodness is for all, the just and the unjust, those who are justified or not justified. His goodness for all. His rain, His sun shines and falls upon all. And they may be able to do it because they may have innately in them, they may have built into them this ability to make choices, to move from one place to the other. Not everybody has that. It's not a cookie cutter solution, right? So one of the things, like today, I could make a choice to turn my phone off. I could make a choice to say, I'm not going to answer these calls today. I could tell the people that we think that are important, that may make an important call, say, hey, I'll be off the phone for an hour or 2 hours. And when you put away your phone, you turn it off completely, and then you choose that time. This is the increments I'm talking about. You choose that time for yourself. Well, not just for yourself, to connect with Yahweh. Because if we don't do that, if we don't engage that mystical realm of prayer, we will not be able to move anywhere. And you may say, but I don't have enough words to pray for an hour. This is not about praying for 2 hours or having a list. This is developing a relationship with someone. This is just bearing your heart to them. It may look like you're talking to the wall. This is just bearing your heart, pouring your heart, or talking. Some people write. You could write it out or you could talk it out. And one of the things you might try to do is listen to worship music. Now, worship music is good, but lots of worship music, when you listen to it, has the words. It's the words of the singer. And that might give you a high for a moment, but it's not lasting. What you need to do is zero in on one thing. You want direct connection. If you know the worship is good, you want direct connection. If you want to play worship, I would say play wordless worship instruments. Not anything with words. So you could just have a song to create an ambience, which could help you, right? If you find it difficult to be in the silence, you could do that. Play instrumental. But stuck in one place, you could use it as a gateway to understand Yahweh, to understand yourself, and understand the world around you, to bring you into awareness. but you have to choose.